Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a spotlight on Republique. This is a game that was kickstarted successfully back in 2011. One of the early, I almost wanted to say one of the first, but it's not really one of the first, I guess. It's one of the early Kickstart successes. And it was supposed to come out on iOS, PC, and Mac. And it should be iOS, Windows, and Mac, but, you know, whatever. It has just finally come out for PC on the 26th, February 26th, 2015. 4 years after the Kickstarter, which you might be thinking, okay, that's not too bad. But the iOS version was released in December 2013. The Android version, which wasn't even listed on the Kickstarter, at least I couldn't find it anywhere, was released in October of 2014. And they're finally getting to the PC version. That, I know, has had a lot of people kind of antsy. We'll go with antsy. Not really the best thing, because from what I understand, the whole premise of it was that they were going to be released close. You know, I normally would expect the PC version to come out first and then the mobile ones, but mobile first then PC is perfectly acceptable. But that's a long time. That really is a long time difference. Now, what have they done in that extended period of time? Well, we're now on Unity 5 instead of Unity 4, which the mobile ones are. They've upped the graphical fidelity greatly. Texture resolution, everything is greatly improved. So let's start off with hopping quickly into the options, because this is going to be more of a port report, I guess, than an actual review, because the game has been reviewed to high hell, and, well, if the Google Play and Android App Store reviews are anything to go by, it's near perfect. They're like 4.5 out of 5, and I think 4 out of 5. I think the Android one is 4 out of 5, and yeah, the iOS is 4.5. I could have those reversed, but I don't have those up right in front of me. It's not really that big of a deal, because it's still pretty high. They've got a lot of good reviews from different sources elsewhere. So, what do we got here? We've got gameplay options, objective marker, on and off. I have this on at default to off, which basically just says where your objective is. It just kind of points you to your direction. I really like those in these type of games because I get lost easy. I can get turned around at the drop of a hat. So it's kind of nice to have. Dev commentary icons. I played with these off. I might actually go and play episode 2 with them on. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave them off for right now. Camera pan and zoom speed. This should be pretty self-explanatory. And invert your axes. Let's do controls. This is the biggest downside with this. Unity, right out of the box, comes with the ability to rebind keys. This does not. I don't know why. I cannot fathom why they have not had rebindable keys. So if you have an AZERTY keyboard, which is kind of a European thing, you can't play this game without, well, changing your keyboard, which is really shitty. It really is. I see no justifiable reason for not having rebindable keys in this day and age. I cannot see it. It makes no sense. It's possible that it detects your keyboard layout and changes it on the fly, but, you know, what if I don't like tab for my map? What if I want my map to be M? You know, like, These are things that you need to think of. What do people want? And there's a lot of different keyboard layouts. I know some people that have a Dvorak keyboard, which probably have never heard of. But that's a thing. If they want to use their Dvorak keyboard and not have to change the layout, they can't do shit. I doubt that even if this can alter its own keyboard layout based on what your keyboard layout is, I doubt they would have put Dvorak in. Nobody uses it. Let's be honest. Well, very few people use it. Just doesn't make any sense. And onto, I guess, the meat and potatoes. You have all of your settings in one, which is quite nice. There's very little need to have a separate audio section. One thing I do wish that they had is a voiceover slider. You know, you've got your music, you've got your sound, but there's a lot of voiceovers as well, which would be nice to have an individual slider for. I haven't found it detrimental, but it's something that would be nice, as well as a master volume. Those are always nice to have. I guess I have to deal with it, huh? Anyway, and then you've got your video settings. So you've got gamma, which is gamma. It's essentially brightness. Resolution options. Resolution options in a little rotary box. Fuck off. This is annoying as shit. It started me off down in 720. So here. So in order to get up to 1080, you have to go like that. Seriously, how hard is it to put a drop-down box in? Oh wait, you did it for VSync. You did it for frame cap. You have it for shadows. You have it for all these options that have two things, which could benefit from this stupid fucking rotary box. But instead, you chose to put the one that has 100 options in a rotary box. Urgh, this needs to stop. Getting pissed off with this shit. Bitch slap some devs until they smarten up and put a better option for picking resolutions. Unless the game can automatically pick the exact resolution you want, I need to be able to select my resolution in the snap of a finger. Screw this shit. Don't need to click my mouse a billion fucking times. So anyway, now that I've bitched about resolution for an eternity, so this does have a frame cap. It frame caps up to 120. Well, you do have off. I haven't tried that to see if it busts anything. I actually didn't even notice that, to be honest. You can go down to 24, which I guess if you're one of those people that thinks that a low frame rate is cinematic and you want a cinematic experience, you could do that. Or if you have a computer that, you know, chokes. Honestly, I've got it at 120, and for the most part, I go between around 40 to 80 frames a second, depending on what scene I'm in. The menu seems to lock me at 30. I'm not sure why that is, but it does. I think it's a Unity thing. Their menu systems aren't generally the best. And you've got your shadows, you know, low, medium, high, very high. I actually played with everything up at high, and I was getting those frame rates. So I've dropped these down here just for my recording purposes. See if I could get a bit better frame rate. Texture quality goes up to high. Nothing really means anything, but, you know, it's there. No anti-aliasing options. I'm assuming that, along with a bunch of other things, are kind of crammed into this post effects. Not a fan of that. Post effects, what does that mean? It really is a meaningless term, and should be abolished by all people. But, whatever. This is what we've got. Not a whole lot, but I guess enough, right? So let's hop in here, and we're going to go to play, and apparently I am 9.2% complete. Go figure. I guess episode 1 is 9.2%. So we're just going to go into episode 1. As you can see, this is the only one I have played. Guess we'll resume from the checkpoint. So we're going to show you a bit of the gameplay. Alright, so here we are. This is actually right at the end of the chapter. So we are this camera. Really, we live in a camera. And that is Hope. Let's see if we can actually get a better view of her. Let's see. No, this one's not really that close. Alright, let's go, Hope. We're gonna leave here. So, this is kind of like... Oh, I can't remember the name of the game. Oh, can I not get out of here? I don't think I can get out of here. So, apparently there's no real option to restart from the beginning, which kind of sucks. Alright, so here we are. Finally got out. Let's actually see if we can get... Turn around, my dear Hope. Let's get a look at you. So, there's Hope. She is a captive of this place. I almost called it the Republique. But it is not the Republique. Where we are... Oh, I forgot the name of it. Metamorphosis. Yes. We are in a place called Metamorphosis, which is a really weird name. I'm going to be honest. Actually, I don't want to go too far up. I think that there's... Oh no, there's no guard up here. Let's head out here. I think there's a guard out here. So this is a stealth action game. It's a stealth game. Screw that. And you are in control of the cameras. And you tell Hope, what to do, where to go. So I can tell her to head over there and hide. And she will. She'll go and tuck herself in and apparently just kind of slide over. But, and she's apparently hidden. Guards won't see her back there. Or at least I've yet to have a guard see her. By hitting space, you go into the OmniView mode, where you can select different items. So all these little eyes, these are cameras. Pretty simple. I just warp between a camera to another camera. Oh, let's go up here. We are now in the statue. The eye of the statue. And from here, you get a good vantage point, and you can see where things are. And it gives you a good idea of where the bad guys are. Because ultimately, you don't want to get caught. You'll also notice that there's kind of this blur effect here. As far as I've been able to tell, that blur effect happens when you're getting too far away from Hope. Hope... You're basically controlling these through Hope's cell phone. I don't know who you are, and I don't think Hope knows who you are. I don't think you know who you are, to be honest. But, let's go. There we go. And you just tell Hope what to do, and where to go. And, okay, that was interesting. That was a loading sequence that I don't think I've come across. And as you can see, you mostly go from you'll teleport to a different camera to keep in view. If you press space to go into OmniView, actually, this is probably best to do this over here. So let's hop over here. So we're over here. You can see where Hope is. Hope's over here. And we are gonna bring her... let's actually bring her over there. We'll unlock that door. But at this point, we want to go back to Hope. Oh, actually, we'll get to that. We want to go back to Hope. So if we just hit the Find Hope, we'll go back to the camera that is most in view of Hope. Like, I personally would have preferred this camera, but that's the one it picked. But it's useful if you have gone pretty much to the end of your rope. Let's see if I can find one. Let's, yeah, I don't think we can go through. Sometimes you can see them through the walls, and you can go into them there. But again, you have to be within range of Hope. So what we can do is go back to Hope. It's quite useful for a quick trip back. You've also got data, which is kind of nice. Episode completion, 46%. That's based on the collectibles. You can collect game cartridges, banned books, Zagger tapes. Oh, I haven't heard any of them. I've collected a few of them. You know, a lot of collectibles. And obviously, episode 2 completion, I have 0%. So, I have beat the game, so about an hour, 55 minutes. So, just shy of 2 hours to beat the first episode. Actually, we want to go over here. And you'll notice that it pauses the game when I do this.
He's right there.
Now, you see how she automatically came around? She will try to keep herself concealed. If she feels like she's going to be seen, she will actually move. And he's going to come back. So she'll just kind of keep herself sort of out of sight. I don't think he's going to see her. She's ducked down, so she's not visible. He would have to come around here and look. But I think all he does is this, and then he goes back.
Check in.
They're all on their own little routes. The routes can change, but they also have this, their name. So Geller, Paul, Kickstarter backer, presumably from the US. Paul McAfee, Old Geller. He has post-traumatic stress disorder, or OCD. His charges are racketeering, possession of contraband. A lot of these guys have post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. And pretty much all the guards are Kickstarter backers, which is kind of nice. You know, if you back the Kickstarter, you're in the game. That's kind of cool. But they're all pretty generic. They pretty much all look like really, really bad raider assassin guards. Let's go. And there we go. Automatically flip. And she will try to keep an eye on the camera. She also has some weaponry, which I lost my taser somehow. I thought I had it after I used it, but maybe I didn't. Right now I have this P0, which is just a pepper spray. And what do we have in here? We have intel. So this stuff here...
Zager's poisoned manifestos. More fuel for the fire.
These you get, and you can actually get currency for it at certain terminals. You also notice this letter here. I can't see it because that's a skill that you need to upgrade. Let's head over to this camera, get a different view. Oh, we got another one. They're always nice to get.
Mireille's liberal art.
Always nice to get because they allow you to, well, progress a bit further. So we need a voice print for that. I've not been over here, so this is all new area. Oh, this is a bedroom. Look at that. Ah, and there's a book. So I don't need her to be in the area in order to gather this kind of information. I can be anywhere within range, and I can gather it. It really doesn't matter. But in order to collect items, so this book right here, I can't gather because I need the voice print in order to get through. So unfortunately, I don't know where the voice print is. So that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Can I get over to here? All right. So he's coming out here, so we got to wait for him. I'm going to go into this door. So this should be a fairly quick little trip. Actually, wonder if I could do this now. And there we go. They're not really the smartest bulbs in the box here. And let's grab this. I believe there's a guard in here. Yeah. Got a guard in there. And you'll see this yellow here. This is a grate. If I had a screwdriver on me, which is another one of the items you can get, I could unscrew this and climb through it, and that allows you to pass through different areas. Just kind of helpful for getting past groups of guards. I've only done it once, and that was just because it was required.
You found me a good spot.
Let's hop back there. I think that's the first one I hid behind. Let's pop into this guy.
I hope they can't see me here.
They can't. They're not even going to walk past here. You could just be standing out in the middle of in the open. All right, so we got this guy here. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Bring us over here. Let's pop us here. And see if there's anything in here. There's a book in here. So
This is quiet.
if we watch how he goes, he won't come around here. And there's actual intel in here as well. So this broken pot was intel. Alright, let's hop out here to continue watching him. I believe he turns around and walks to the right.
There he is.
It's pretty easy to get around them.
An old Zager cassette.
There we go. And now... So there's a lot of switching. It's like you are kind of this... I wish I could remember the name of that game. It was for the PlayStation 2. Completely oblivious. Completely oblivious. Now, they can become on alert if they happen to catch a glance of you. They can become alerted. Which, of course, causes them to leave their pre-designated patterns.
Who did that?
Alright, that is not what I was actually expecting to hack. I wanted to hack this. One thing you'll notice is that there is a power bar, a battery meter, down below different items. So I can interact with that. I can interact with this. I'm not going to, because, let's be honest here, there was really no point. I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of staring at the phone.
There.
Answer the goddamn phone, dude. Whatever. So, and you see up in the upper right that I have a battery meter. So each thing you do can actually affect the amount of power you have. And it drains your battery. I have no idea where I'm going, to be completely honest. I'm just kind of wandering around the level. So I could hit that and it would take the remainder of my charge. Actually, I think if I go over here and go in here... Where is it? I'm fairly certain... I guess it's in there. Okay. Oop. Let's go back to Hope. So, what we have is little charging stations. There's also areas in the level where you can upgrade your cell phone. You have a... the Omni. Right now I have Omni version 1. Where does it say that? I don't know where it's at, even if it does say it. Oh, no, lower right, Omni version 1.0. You start off with Omni version 0.5. Start off with Omni version 0.5, and then you move up to 1.0. And that allows you to do more things. Like, if we go into the map here, you see this door is 3. And it's not showing me any other doors. Okay. There's other doors that are 5, and those are requiring upgraded Omnis in order to unlock. Whereas with this, like, perfect example, we've got 2. I can't do it without Omni version 2. But in order to get Omni version 2...
My battery was running low.
Nope, I've fully charged it. In order to get Omni version 2, I need to find certain areas. So, in this particular instance, I am nowhere near where I got Omni version 1.0, which was a server over... I think it was over this way, but I think it was on a different floor. I had to go through there, I remember. I don't actually recall entirely, but either way, that's how you upgrade it. You upgrade it through various areas. This is your other upgrade, this little skull and crossbones. When you click on this, it shows you the intel that you've gathered, and so we got a 300 whatever credit that is. And now we can go and unlock things. So I've unlocked this, so I can distract them, which was what the phone was, I believe, was that distract ability. You've got the ability to eavesdrop, which I've also unlocked, which if you see the phone icon, I can interact with that. You've seen the mail icon. This allows me to read their email. And this allows me to predict the guard path. So, 30 seconds, I need to go that way. Obviously, I don't have these. I don't have enough credits to purchase these two. Only those two. If I hadn't purchased this one was 200, so I would have had, 525. So I would have been able to get the email one. Not really that useful. It's good for, like, story, but not especially useful for the actual game. Let's actually not go there. So you can see that the icon changes based on what she's going to do. And you can actually, if you double click, she'll run. One issue that I've had is the audio of their footsteps. And it was most noticeable in this room here. This is actually the room we were just in. Where's the guard? Where's the guard? There's the guard. So, he was walking and not making any sound. And then, 20 seconds or so. Yeah, see, here he's doing it right. 20 seconds or so after, what happened was his footsteps would happen, and I'd be like, what's going on? He's just standing there, and I'm hearing footsteps. I'm like, is another guard coming? So I was kind of freaking out, but it's just his footsteps were delayed. So I'm hoping that's just a bug that's going to be fixed before official release. I'm actually playing this just before, well, I guess the day before release. We're just going to walk straight up to this guy. He's not going to notice us at all. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like, a few problems, but nothing major. Nothing that, you know, can't be fairly easily fixed. Actually, that's the room. This is the room that we were in. Let's see. Yeah, it was in here. In there. Yeah, because we went in here, and then the server was here. But we couldn't get through that without the upgraded Omni. So I can't get in there, obviously, because it's completely blocked. But all I can do, like, there's the vent. That vent presumably goes to that other vent we saw. And I can hop through here. Now, one thing, and there's the vent. So I can climb into this vent and climb out here. Where is she? So, there we are. So, one thing I have not done is gotten captured.
Armed and
So that is your pepper spray. It immobilizes them for a bit. They become effectively useless. And then you can also pickpocket.
Got it.
Oh, I got a game disc. Is that Kingdom? Which is kind of cool. But they will come back shortly. Oh, let's grab a taser.
Can you hack this open?
Oh, I need to hack it.
What the?
Now, of course,
Pursuit of 3908.
they're going to be angry. Oh. Okay.
Go!
And now, he's down for the count. So, I guess the taser is useful for 3 tases, although the last taser I had, I only used once.
Going in for that press rack.
No way.
And
He almost got me.
he almost
I
got
wonder
you.
what he's carrying.
So, you can kind of go around and zap the crap out of people.
Pockets are empty.
Give me that. Or you can, you know, go around being all, like, stealthy-like. Let's grab
What's
this.
yours is mine.
Oh, I got a book. Anything else? No, not really.
Looting his pockets.
Oh, we already did his pockets. So what I'm going to do now is something that I have not tried. I'm going to get caught. Let's head out here.
Press rack.
Yep. Totally. Where is he?
I'm going after the subject.
Hello.
Help!
Oh, apparently I had another charge. Now I don't have one. I thought I used all 3 charges, but whatever. Alright, where is... There should be 2 in this room. I'm fairly certain that there were 2 in this room. Okay, I guess there was only 1. Alright, well, whatever. Girly, go through there. So much for getting captured. So, yeah, these guys here, they're down for the count. They are... Just find hope. They're going to be of no use to anyone. So, now...
What the? In
Hello.
pursuit of 390H.
Help.
So, I've yet to see this, so...
I've captured 390H.
Huh. I'm not sure where we're going. Oh, they're just bringing us to the nearest cell. This is actually kind of cool. So we can charge up our batteries. So you could actually use this
You've been
as
busy.
a strategy, I guess. And this is Cooper. Cooper is a he's a press rack. He's one of these guys. He's a guard, but he is kind of a traitor. Not really a big fan of what they're doing. Alright, so now the trick is getting out. And there we go. So that was easy. I can just recharge my batteries. That's actually a little lackluster. I was kind of expecting to get, like, shot or something. But either way, it looks pretty good. Plays really good. I was not expecting it to be this good. Although you can definitely see the mobile influence on it. Like, the big buttons here. Everything is a big button. But they gave everything a number. You know, you've got a number, a letter, Q, E, W, S, space. Instead of, you know, having... You can click it. You can use the entire mouse-driven. Except for moving. Moving you can't do with just the mouse. You can zoom in and out, but there's no moving with the mouse. Arrow keys and WASD keys. That's pretty much it. But other than that, I think it's really good. I think it's fairly problem-free as far as I've come across. It's definitely not 100% problem-free, but it's also not, you know, a brutal stealth game. It is a casual stealth game, is probably a good way for me to describe it. It's not overly difficult, but it's not dull. And I think that is a fairly big deal. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.